Governor Abbott told President Biden in a letter today that Texas will not remove the floating border barrier in the Rio Grande. Now the Department of Justice is suing the state of Texas, and the deadline for the state to respond was today. Abbott says the barrier is to stop migrants entering at Eagle Pass. Fox 4's Stephen Dial live with the details. Stephen.
That lawsuit just came in about an hour ago. The Department of Justice saying that the state of Texas is violating the Rivers and Harbors Act, and now they want a federal judge to rule that Texas needs to remove the floating barrier and what they call any other unauthorized structures. On the heels of a Department of Justice lawsuit, Governor Greg Abbott told President Biden by letter Texas will not remove its floating border barrier in the Rio Grande.
The governor has couched it in terms of some old, not often invoked, but valid constitutional provisions about a state's ability to defend itself. But at the end of the day, no matter how clever that argument may be, he's asking to do something about immigration.
The barrier stretches 3 football field lengths in the river. Friday, the DOJ threatened to sue if the barrier was not removed. David Cole is a constitutional law attorney.
He can go pile up more of them down there if he wants to right now. The sooner or later, I think a federal judge is going to say, stop it, and either take it out or come back to me with a plan.
Abbott told Biden, quote, "If you truly care about human life, you must begin enforcing federal immigration laws. By doing so, you can help me stop migrants from wagering their lives in the waters of the Rio Grande River. You can also help me save Texans and indeed all Americans from deadly drugs like fentanyl, cartel violence, and the horrors of human trafficking." Hours after the Abbott letter, the DOJ filed its lawsuit saying Texas unlawfully installed the barrier without permission. Lieutenant Chris Oliveras with DPS gave an update from Eagle Pass as more migrants were seen trying to cross over the weekend.
I asked them, why don't you go to a port of entry? Why don't you use the CBP One app? And they say they've been waiting in Mexico for months. They've been waiting for an appointment for months, and the CBP One app is not working.
If a federal judge rules in the Biden administration's favor, it will likely go to the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals.
The Fifth Circuit is one that may take a really strong position in favor of Texas, depending on how the issues come to it. That could draw the attention of the U.S. Supreme Court. Of course, we have no idea how that'll play out. That's sometime down the road.
So long story short, whatever happens, it's going to take time to have an ultimate solution when it comes to the courts. I reached out to the Texas Attorney General's office. They say they are prepared to defend the state.